So number 3 is our last question that deals with Totally tires and their sign and their design. So number 3 says, before the new tire is added, the shop's owner wants a written statement so she can sense what is what the completed display will look like. So we will write a summary comparing the old and the new tire in each. Right? So we want to know in our first question which tire rotates more quickly or rotates the fastest here. So if they're talking about the speed at which it rotates or the time that it takes for a rotation, we're talking about the period for each of our functions. So we'll put old tire, that's our first equation that we looked at, right? And we know that that one rotated or has a period of 30 seconds. And our new tire only takes 20 seconds to rotate. And so that one, our new tire would be the one that rotates more quickly. Our second one, which tire has a greater diameter? So our old tire here. All right. So we aren't given explicitly what the diameter of our existing tire is, but we do know that the A value is the radius of the tire. Right? If we look in our equation, we don't have an A value explicitly written, but since it's being multiplied to cosine, we can assume that our A value is equal to 1. Right? So that tells us in this tire, it has a radius of 1 foot, which means that the diameter is 2 feet for the old tire. And then with our new tire, they tell us in number 2 that the diameter is 3 feet for this one. So again, the new tire has the greater diameter for this one. All right, and then lastly, which tire comes closer to the ground? So we'll start with the new tire on this one, just because we had a diagram drawn in our last question. Right, so we know that the max height, again, was 7 feet. The diameter of that new tire was 3 feet, which means that it has to be 4 feet from the ground here. Right. And then if we look at our existing tire, we'll have to go back to our equation here. So we know that the K value, right, which is the midline again, is 5 feet. And we know that the midline is the distance from the ground to the tire plus the radius, right? And we know that the radius in this example is 1, right, which means that the old tire is also 4 feet from the ground. So on this one, they are both equal heights off the ground.